Welcome and Demrada to today's seventh Sabassembler Collector's Roar. And today we are here to talk about the XM Studios Nightcrawler. And for support today, I have Dennis in the house. Thanks
Hi
for
there.
joining in.
Pleasure mine.
And yeah, and thanks. I really appreciate you joining in. So just want to say again, thanks again to all my fellow sub-assemblers. Thanks for your support. Appreciate that. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget the like button. Definitely don't forget to subscribe. And also please support Dennis to his channel, Dennis Collectors. And today we have also another very new guest who hasn't been here before. And I believe he's also a bit new to all this streams, and so just wanted to say thank you for Dennis. Benny joining in. Hi, Benny.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, hi. Thanks for joining today. In so before we get started with the whole Nightcrawler thing, I just want to introduce Benny. And Benny, maybe you can tell us a little bit about your background when it comes to collecting. How did you get into that, or what kind of things do you collect?
My dad got me into it when I was a kid of collecting toys. It got introduced to the statue groups on Facebook, and I pretty much collect DC, but I'm been branching out slowly, trying to get Marvel, horror, and Star Wars.
Star Wars, that's the rabbit hole. Watch out.
Star Wars is very dangerous. I almost fell into that rabbit hole, and
be careful.
Yeah, that's a hell of a rabbit hole.
Yeah, Star Wars is I'm a huge Star Wars fan. My corridor outside is full with Star Wars posters. But after collecting all these DC comics, Marvel statues, and all that, I almost fell into the rabbit hole of Star Wars. But it was actually the XM Studios Darth Maul statue I almost ordered, but I could save myself. So I see behind you have Benny, some really awesome statues.
Yeah, my pride and joy back there. The Infinity Studio, Batman, the tactical suit.
Wow, that looks the life size, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I'm afraid to get into that rabbit hole with a whole torso life size bust.
So, what kind of things do you collect? Or what scales, or you just collect any?
Mainly 1/3 and quarter scale.
Interesting, nice.
It's just some of it.
And somehow your
you got Ben Affleck in your room.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you what kind of company do you prefer certain companies, or you just have your favorite?
I definitely would get a few from XM. XM has some it looks like they've been doing phenomenal work.
Okay, what's the statues do you have from XM Studios?
None at the moment.
Oh, not yet.
It's just the reviews I've been seeing though. That's just a rabbit hole I'm probably afraid to go down also.
Oh,
XM
for sure.
got some nice pieces.
Trust me, XM Studios is a whole new level. If you're not used to that yet, once you get used to XM Studios, you definitely don't want anything else, or you want only XM Studios or something better. But it's kind of different because it starts with the shipping. I'm sure Dennis will agree with me there.
Yeah, it's
the ship,
but the quality is top notch. Top notch.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
No, you gotta see an XM piece in person. I mean, it's another level. The basis of think about this. The base of Prime 1, the massiveness of Infinity Studio, and the beauty of Queen. I mean, you can't go wrong there.
Right.
What was your first statue, Benny? Like, if you could remember.
My first statue was probably Sideshow's Heath Ledger Jokers. Their premium format years ago.
Okay, I
And
mean,
my
well,
first, my first 1/3, my first 1/3 was the Arkham Knight from Prime One.
okay,
Awesome.
wow,
Awesome piece.
wow, really nice collection, very nice. I see you have one Silver Surfer in the back there. Is that something else?
Yeah, back there, yeah, that's Sideshow's.
Oh, nice.
Daniel Bell,
Sideshow's
yeah.
one.
Oh, nice. Silver Surfer is one of those statues, like characters I always want to have a statue from, but somehow what disturbed me on the Sideshow one was the pose. Like I when I see Silver Surfer, I see a dynamic pose.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it's cool. So, thanks for joining in, Benny. We really appreciate that.
No problem, man.
Yeah, that was really nice. And so, let's get back to what we're here for, actually. So, all of you know, yesterday, yeah, let's nice. Yesterday, XM brought out the new Nightcrawler quarter scale for pre-order, and they've already like displayed or showed different pictures before on Facebook, and I think there have been a lot of discussions about that statue. And let me just add him in, and we'll see. Look at the pictures. There are some people love this statue and others didn't. Sorry, I think I clicked the wrong button there. Oh,
The 1/10 iron.
oh, sorry, that was just my mistake again. Sorry, there.
Too small.
Sorry, that was just my mistake. I just clicked the wrong button. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this statue came out yesterday for pre-order, and I thought it was, another great piece for XM's new X-Men line. I think it's a beautiful statue. And how do you guys feel about it?
It's a beautiful
cool
statue.
dynamic pose.
Sorry?
It's a cool dynamic pose.
Yeah, for sure. It is.
But like Dennis said, I think I prefer the Sideshow one.
Okay. Yeah, that's what. There have been other. I think about the same time Sideshow brought out theirs. Maybe first we just go through the pictures like XM actually brought out on their website. And when I saw the size of the statue, I wasn't aware it's so big. Actually,
Yeah, very tall.
It's an extremely tall statue, actually, but it's not like, so what's the 83 centimeters? That's about, it's a little bit more than 30 inches for those who live in America. But that's a huge statue. I wasn't aware it's so big or so tall.
Yes, it is.
In width and in depth, it's not too big. It's only like 43 centimeters, about the same.
Right.
But I think some people may need a custom display for this statue. In terms of height, or if they
exactly, yeah.
And yeah,
you know what's funny, funny in a good way for all of us, is that not a lot of people know about Nightcrawler, his swashbuckling days with the swords, so they can understand his Excalibur days. They all see him as X-Men, but after X-Men there was Excalibur, and in this one, in the Sideshow, they show the swords. So it's funny they went that route.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, we just go through the pictures. You have some really nice images here. You have like the poses, as Benny said already. It's a really dynamic pose, and
yep.
I think it's more dynamic than the Sideshow one. But but the details already look pretty insane on this one when you see it. Just looking at it as a statue by itself, forgetting about comparing it now to other companies. But you can see already that the shading and all the single details on the suit.
Yep.
That's
texture, the colors. Yeah, that's XM.
That's XM.
Oh.
All the skin texture I mean, that's insane. Wow, you got the swords, and look at the different shadings, like the color tones of the metal on it.
Look at the details in the sword handle.
Yeah,
Dang.
it's. I mean, that's XM Studios now. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
look at the different shadings here on the white and the dark, like how it moves on, and
It glows.
That's the one thing I'd expect from XM. That's top-notch work.
yeah, we all do. That's really beautiful.
Later
And
on, when you compare this one to Sideshow, you're gonna see the difference in painting. This painting
sure.
is like very vibrant compared to the
Exactly.
Sideshow one, and that's why sometimes you see like in your face.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what people say about it. Like, who do we have in the house? We have Nick checked. Thanks for joining in. Nick Chess, sorry, and Luke. Thanks.
Luke,
L8 Night. Thanks for joining in. And what's up? Beautiful. We have Luke, too big and too busy. XM are trying to make every statue a centerpiece. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a matter of taste. Like, maybe some people like that, don't. And I personally don't see a problem with that. I don't know. But it's true.
Right.
this statue is for people that don't care about space, because if you see it, it has a big base, and a lot of people like big bases that say story. So that is cool. So this XM statue is I mean, base wise and height wise, it tells a story. It's like him fighting a sentinel, like him in the danger room. So it can be, different type of takes.
Here you see like the hand of the sentinel just like reaching out, and you see the tentacles of the sentinel also going around, like they're going left, right, in, out. And as Dennis said, like XM's base always tell a story, and that's me personally why I love XM Studios. And we have H in the house. Thanks for joining in.
What's
What's
up,
up,
man?
H?
What's going on, Dennis?
What's going on, H?
How's everyone?
Everything's fine. So I think you two haven't met yet. H, we have Benny, someone new to the group.
Cool.
What's going on, H?
How you doing?
Welcome to the community and good luck.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's XM Studios. Like I said, like one was Luke said, XM trying to make everything centerpiece. Well, that's XM Studios, I think. I mean, they're more expensive, but for a good reason, I think.
But you're getting what you paid for with them.
Absolutely. So
The only thing with this one is that either you buy Nightcrawler or you buy Nightcrawler and a base. Because here, basically, the price is for, look at the base is bigger than the statue. So when you see that the base overpowers the statue, then you gotta ask yourself, is the statue as a standalone with that base, is it good enough?
you have a nice you have a nice comparison there when you're saying, I like that. You said if you want to, with XM, you got a statue and a base. Like, I mean, that's a really nice comparison. I like the way you described that. And unlike other statues, like here it says, way more impressive than the Sideshow one. True. And statue, what's it? Statue Habit says, I prefer the Sideshow one. Okay, so so how do you think about this one, H? Like, how do you like this? How do you like the XM one, Nightcrawler?
I'm more for the Sideshow because with this one, I just don't like how they have the BIMF. It's just, it looks like he's laying on top of it, like a cloud or something like that. So that's the reason why I don't like it. I wish it would have been placed elsewhere.
Okay. I can see what you're saying. Like, it looks like he's kind of lying on it. It looks more like a cushion or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. They're there's some truth in that. Yeah.
And is he actually part of that? Would he be a part of that? That cloud?
A part of it.
Would he be in?
I don't know.
Yeah, when you
Sorry.
you know what I mean? Is that part of him when he comes together?
It looks like that. I don't think it looks like. I think when he's going to be shipped or when he's assembled, it looks like they're.
And I'm very worried of the engineering of this statue.
I was just gonna mention that. Like it looks
if
like.
If you see the base part and you see Nightcrawler, the only parts that are there are they look small. So the engineering worries me a lot.
But that's XM Studios. I mean, they have a lot of these kind of statues. I mean, I think all of this is only connected to to his leg.
Yeah.
First, I thought like this part here, like the smoke, like they were connected. It's like these two parts here and there. But when you turn it around, you can see that they're actually not connected. But it looks like everything is just leaning on his left leg. Is it left? Yeah, it's his left leg. But I mean, you must have a really strong pin, like going in pretty wide to carry it.
Yeah, I would hope so, because if you're worried about women issues down the.
Yeah, but that's XM Studios. Trust me, they've had previous statues like this where people have been worrying about.
Plus, remember, XM is different than Sideshow. It's not polystone. It's like cold ceramic. So I think it's going to hold on. So it's different material, and it acts different in different climates. So.
Right. A lot of people took notice to the Deathstroke from Prime 1. That bad boy's starting to lean on a few collectors.
I mean, you get only. I think you get like only 2 switch outs for each piece. Like you get the head and you get 2 for the head, 2 for the left arm, and 2 for the right arm, and 1. I think 2 for the. You can switch out the tail too.
For the tail, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nice.
How much is this one out? How much is this one out for?
And the edition size. Yeah, you mean the edition size or the price?
The price.
Oh, the pricing. It's here. It says 1,500 Singapore dollars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's only $299 of these. Whoa.
Yeah, I think the edition size. I think that's another thing about XM Studios. They have these low edition sizes compared to Sideshow, for example.
Yeah,
for sure.
Would you think he would be a heavily sorted piece?
Possibly. I'm not sure. I think there are quite a few people who are not sure yet whether to buy this one or the Sideshow one.
In the aftermarket, all the custom sells very good. So people have been waiting this for a long time because Sideshow came up with one, but it was 1/5 was coming get. So there've been like 3 customs. So hopefully people are gonna look up to it. The timing is not right because I mean you got to choose this one or Sideshow. If it was no Sideshow, this one would be very sought after. But everybody's gonna go for price, and I'm one that I'm already ordered and paid off Sideshow. So, yep, no matter what, that's my Kurt Wagner.
Yeah, this one looks more comic book accurate.
Yeah.
I wish they would have gave him like a grill piece like the XM Studio version, but that's fine. But this one is perfect for me. The only reason why I'm not going to consider any of them because I got the 1/10 Iron Studios version to go with the Sentinel diorama.
Me too.
So it kind of defeats the purpose, because with X-Men there's so many of them, but I would get this one.
There aren't I think Nightcrawler is one of those characters where you don't find too many licensed statues out there. There aren't too many. It's not like Venom or Wolverine. You find just so many statues out there. This is one of those how should I say, underproduced statues or characters.
Yeah.
There aren't too many.
Yeah, because you see, the thing about it, if I purchase something like this, then it's like I start going down that rabbit hole. Now I got to get a quarter scale X-Men to match this one, And that's a mistake I think I made with Storm. Like, I'm like, why did I buy Storm when I have her for the Sentinel diorama? But, I mean, this is, to me, I think Sideshow got this one.
Interesting. I think, as you said, like Sideshow kept a more classical, look, whereas the XM one has, I should say, it's like a more modernized.
Yes.
I think XM likes to do this. I think with a lot of characters.
Plus, if you compare both faces, XM is more feral. If you see Sideshow, it's the Kurt Wagner between the religious and the fighter that used to be in the comics. So that's like the, hey man, look at that.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it pops. Look at it. And the good thing is that it was Wolverine's friend. So the Sentinel hand, a lot of people are saying, like, why the Sentinel hand? If you pair that up with the Wolverine, that's going to look beautiful.
And I think they did a better job on the base with that Sentinel. I think they did because it's so accurate. The smoke is around the Sentinel hand, which
like it was carrying.
Yeah, it makes more sense for that bimf to be there. So with the XM, I'm like, well, why is that in the back of his? Is he floating on that? I think they could have did a better job with that.
That's very true. Good point, Nick.
Yeah. So what the other guys, people in staff say, what's the comments? Polly says, tough call. Honestly, I don't see a wrong choice. I agree with that. I don't think you can go wrong on this one. I think you'll be happy with both.
The thing is that if you collect XM and you got the X-Men from X-Men line, I mean, the XM piece will go with them because of the texture of the body. This won't go with them because it's like too plain. Yeah. But the simplicity gives it the structure to go with the Sideshow. It looks very, very nice if you collect Sideshow. So no matter what you buy, it's going to look good. No matter what you buy. It depends. Remember, here you're seeing it alone. Remember, everything alone looks good. You got to see it next to another statue, either from Sideshow to verify, the proportions and the textures, or XM. So to each his own.
Yeah, and then sometimes simplicity is good because XM sometimes they do overkill, which is nothing wrong with that. And I don't think that seam is going to be there for the production piece, because I noticed that Sideshow has been surprising us lately with their,
there's this seam line here, like on the Sideshow one.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be there. I think that's just the prototype picture, and I think they're gonna give us they're probably gonna do a fast one, because with the Galactus, I didn't even know that whole thing lights up, even though I'm not going to get that, but I thought that was a nice surprise.
Yeah, neither did I, until I watched Collector Zone earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a light feature.
Sideshow is like stepping up the game, because this morning you can see, even in Gemment's review on the Doctor Doom, it doesn't look like when it's compared to when he saw it in the Comic-Con, Sideshow Con, on 221. So, I mean, they're doing their stuff and cheaper.
If this has a feature,
Sideshow's realizing they got some contenders out there.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I said Sideshow's realizing they got contenders out there, so they're stepping their game up.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like, I think Sideshow is a great company, but I don't think they can mostly keep up with companies like XM Studios.
Oh, for sure.
I think they're a good company, like for collectors who are trying to get started, to get into it.
Yeah. And a lot of their core sales are reasonable prices too.
The bad thing with Sideshow is they branch out too much. As a company, they're not just a statue maker. They export, import, and they distribute. So that takes more of their time and focus. But if they say like in the old times, just statues for
And
that
if you
price,
look,
they will kill it.
That might be a good thing in the future, because if XM ever get their license for the US and Sideshow is the distributor, woohoo! Yeah, our shipping is just like, okay, let's go. You know,
I mean, look at the edition size here. You have 1,250 pieces for the
Yeah.
exclusive.
yeah, that's the part. The problem.
That's like, I mean, the XM was like almost 1/4 only, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's only for the exclusive. If you go to the collector's edition, you have 2,000. So
Mm.
you have over 3,000 pieces almost. So
Wow.
But the funny thing is that if you do the math and they all sell out, it's a lot of money.
Mhm.
And they always
Yep.
do.
yeah,
But we'll see though, because Nightcrawler, I know it hasn't been one that we've seen in a while, but does that mean that it's going to sell out, especially just because the ES is low on the XM side? Sideshow, we already know that's not going to sell out right away, and that in a sense that's good competition, because what if Sideshow gives us an update to this Nightcrawler?
Yep.
See, then that's where it's like now their marketing strategy. Now you're more attracted to the statue, because I have a feeling that Biff might have a light up feature, and that's gonna look crazy if it comes with one. So
Oh, definitely, man.
honestly, like personally, I love the base on the Sideshow one, on the Sideshow version, and I like the Nightcrawler of the XM Studios. If I could have the Nightcrawler from the XM with the Sideshow base together, I think that would be perfect for me.
That's what I suppose. That's what I say. That it has to say a story like dance. If you do this one, it has more sense than the XM. You
yeah,
can see the hand, the smoke between the hands, and he coming out. That looks more. I mean, it goes with it. The flow.
yeah,
XM looks nice, but the story isn't there complete. It isn't like a big picture.
What I like here is I like the way the shading, like on this one, on the XM, like this one has this kind of matte color. It's not so shiny.
yeah.
Like on the XM one, if we look here on the
It's too
on the
dark.
XM, it's not just dark, but I think it has this glossy kind of finish to it. It's just trying to, like, if you look here, sorry, I just
the gloss.
it has this glossy look.
Yeah, it doesn't do it justice. That gloss they should take off, because it looks kind of like slimish.
Yeah. It does.
And what Luke said is true. If you put this picture like in the background and you see it, you really can't focus on the character. It's all like between the tentacles, the sword. I mean, it's like all conflated. But if you see Sideshow, you can see the base and Nightcrawler. So yeah, you can see the character. You know that it's him.
And I think the contrast between the hand and the BIMF is also more, like you can see the blue kind of pops out from the smoke.
Yeah.
And whereas on the side, on the XM one, I like the story tells on the XM. That, I mean, the details and everything, they look nice. They look beautiful. If the shading or the coloring of the hand should have been a little bit lighter, like if you look on the previous X-Men statues, the coloring of the Sentinel had a lighter look to it. It was more, I don't know, maybe it's just from the lighting on this picture, but you can't tell the blue hand of the Sentinel, or you can't see the blue coloring.
And you know what? I wish they had that portrait on the Sideshow Nightcrawler. That would be nice, with his teeth displayed.
Yep.
You only get how many portraits? It's only one portrait for the XM, or for the Sideshow. For the Sideshow, it's only, for the it's only one portrait.
Yeah, it's one portrait, and it's going to be forehand.
But you know what? Like I said, they could pull a fast one and give us another portrait, because they seem to be doing a lot of these surprises lately.
Yeah. With Galactus base, Storm base, that's very true.
They could, yeah. But if, like, I don't know, I love the details. Like, as I said, like, I went for this XM version because my whole X-Men collection is already all XM Studios, or mainly. The only other exception is my Iron Studios Sentinel versus X-Men diorama. But I mean, that's a beast. I still need a custom display for that.
That's what I that's what I mean. So it's like if you got these for quarter scale, it's like, oh, where you gonna put? It's like, geez.
I mean, that thing's like, I don't know. It's
hard. I had to put it on an angle to get the other two on the garage shelf
together.
Yes. So it's like I thought I could just put all three of them, but I'm like, oh, this is crazy, So that's why I'm like, okay, I can't do quarter scale, because then something like this come out, or the Sideshow piece now is like, I got to get something to match this.
I mean, don't forget, I mean, that's 6 scale. Was it 6 or 10 scale? Wasn't it? The Studio.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Like, geez.
I mean, here we have we see here.
Look at that. Look at that.
So see this, right? Yeah. So this for me is perfect. I'm cool with this.
I think this was the proximity piece for that diorama from Iron Studios.
Plus, he has a proximity piece.
Yeah.
So it's a very underrated statue for 1/10.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the detail it has. I mean, Iron Studio is killing the game.
Yeah.
I think they're the new Bowen.
Sorry?
They're the new Bowen.
No,
I meant Benny. What did you say? Sorry, Benny?
Oh, I was agreeing with Dennis. Definitely for 1/10. That's a nice detail in it.
For 10 scale, it is beautiful, and I like the details they show here.
Yeah. To me, I see the comic book when I see this one. Like, okay, this is Nightcrawler.
Yep. The pose and the tail. I mean, it does look comic.
I mean, for a 10 scale piece, there's a lot of detail on this statue. It's like you have a XM Studios quarter scale and you just shrink it to
shrink it down,
shrink it down to XM to 10 scale.
And the thing is that all these 1/10, you really can appreciate it in no picture. You gotta have them in person, like the one you did on the Forge. You gotta have it in your hand to really see it. So is the Bishop. So there are some statues that really, I mean, no justice picture wise.
Yeah,
I mean, here you get an idea of like how small these pieces are, and
you know what the funny thing? It looks small here, but when you see it in person, it's like this feels a lot bigger than what it looks like.
Yeah, I think here also. I mean, the base is bigger than the character himself.
Yeah.
Very true. And the detailed muscles in the back. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and it looks impressive for 1/10.
Yeah, and see, there is some like translucency here, and you see why I like it so much. It looks like an explosion. That bend, it's an explosion. Yeah. Now, if you go back to the XM Studios, I don't know. It just looked like it's all squishy. You see, like that doesn't really look too much like it's an explosion.
Like he's teleporting.
Yeah, like it's supposed to be like boom, and he's out of the cloud. But
I think the issue. Sorry. Okay. Did you say something, Benny?
No, I was agreeing with Hstats about the clouds. The XM definitely should have made it like more transparent.
Yeah.
To give them that poof effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it looks like it's like you see. I don't want to go in too hard on this one. It kind of looks like his bemph is lifting him up in the air instead of you agree? Like it's kind of like
yeah, I see what it looks like a cushion or something. Like it looks like a cushion. Like there's some truth in that. I agree. And the way you described it before, like the bemph, it just like looks like that
slimy.
That's slimy. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that shiny shading. Like that shouldn't be there. Like as you said, that makes it look more like slime rather than like smoke or whatever.
Yeah, look at the darker shades on the right side, on the bottom of the base. Look at that dark. It's like so like blobbish. But then you know what I'm thinking.
That's some pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, you know XM. You know they listen to the community, so they could probably go back and do some changes on this.
And you know, this statue is funny because Beth looks like the explosion that the diorama of the Spider-Man that XM had, and XM changed it so it can light up. It looks like it could light up, and that would be a win situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they would, as Benny said before, like if this may be translucent, that would.
Yep.
And it would light up. That would look pretty cool. Like if we go back to here, I think what they did for the picture is they added the lighting from the back so people could see the translucency of the BIF on the 10 scale. But if you go back to before, like when you see it in person, it's probably going to look totally different. You're going to it's going to have this much darker look to it.
No, it has that translucency in person. You see?
No, it does. It does. But what I'm saying is without the lighting, without the like this immediate or strong lighting, it's gonna look much darker. And I don't. Maybe it's different in person, but I can just speak from the pictures. But
remember, all these are pictures and pictures of prototypes. Pictures can hold what they're done. I mean, you can Photoshop them, do anything onto them. So these type of statues, you have to have them in front to really appreciate them. So But then
too, Dennis, I mean, if we're gonna decide, let's say we like both statues, right? I think then companies have to do a better job with their photography because we're not convinced right now about the XM. We're looking at it like no, and we're looking at the Sideshow and we're like, oh yeah, this is exactly. Colors. I mean, because it's not so much the characters, all the above, color, shade, I guess pose, all the above. We look for all those
true.
things.
Very true. That's what happened with the Sideshow Batman Dark Knight. When they came out and all the pictures count, Batman sliding down on an icicle, playing basketball. You can see all those themes. Now when you see him in the videos from the Sideshow Con, everybody was like, that's the reaction. It's another beast.
Yep, it's a
Here
beast.
we have. Thanks, MTEL, for joining in. Like MTEL asks, will XM Nightcrawler work next to Sideshow X-Men?
If you love it, I mean, if that's your preference, I don't see why.
This time it will really be preference and how it looks in your collection.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would. I don't know. Like I think like as it might work. I think so because sometimes I have the feeling like as I know XM Studios, their quarter scale are always a little bit bigger than Sideshow.
Yep.
So scale wise, he might look a little bit bigger than the other premium formats from Sideshow.
That's why you gotta see if it pairs fine with your Sideshow collection or with your XM collection. So it depends what you want.
Yeah.
And it's also a huge statue, as we said before, like the height of that XM Nightcrawler,
85 centimeters.
It's 83 centimeters. That's more than 30 inches. That's it's gonna be a huge statue. It might even, I think, take all the attention to itself next to the other Sideshow statues.
This is not a quarter scale?
Yeah.
It is quarter scale.
Yes, it is.
But why is it
It
so?
is.
Gee, see, that's what XM does. Like they'll give you like a 33-inch statue and call it a quarter scale when it's not. Well, it is a quarter scale, but geez.
Because remember, they give you like a quarter scale statue and they give you apart a quarter scale base. So it's like two statues in one. That's
you got to see here, like just like from here to here, it's gonna be like 40 centimeters. Like it's gonna be a really tall base.
The base is bigger than Nightcrawler.
Yeah. I mean, just the Sentinel hand by itself would be a statue by itself. Like, like the whole Sentinel hand and the tentacles going around are almost a statue by itself.
Yeah, I can see where they're trying to keep your eyes glued to the statue, trying to give you a story, but for I guess the reader, the comic book reader, that we're gonna look at this and say, okay, it's nice, but it's just it's overkill.
Yeah,
but it's a great statue. It's just not my taste.
It's a great statue, but it's taste. Yeah.
Like 2 days ago, when I saw this picture, like with the measurements, I wasn't aware. I mean, I've seen the pictures before, but I wasn't aware it's actually so tall. Like, I saw that just recently, and I think there might be other people who weren't aware of that too. But I mean, as you see here, like with XM Studios, they always like to add this modernized or the mechanical look to the suits of the characters, and that's something maybe that might look a little bit different next to all the other Sideshow statues. But in the end, as you've said before, Dennis, like, you're buying the statue for yourself, so you have to decide which one you like, and
that's why I started doing which one. Now I definitely got to do that one.
But what Hstats says is true. It's too shiny.
Yeah.
The shininess overpowers the character. Look at it right there.
Yeah, it is a bit shiny, the suit, but I mean, I have a lot of these X-Men. I don't know if you can see them, but like, I don't know, behind me, like, I don't know, like, you have all the all the other X-Men statues. But sorry,
that Sabretooth you have in the back, I would say that's more comic accurate Sabretooth.
Yeah, when I look around me now and I see all the, like, you have Wolverine, Sabretooth, their suits are not so shiny as they look like on this picture here. Here, everything looks like over glossy, and
it's like the hamburger from Burger King. You see, it's beautiful, and when you pay for it, it's like a slider. I mean, sorry for the comparison, but I mean, it's all pictures.
Yeah, but maybe it might be from the lighting too. I mean, they have this cold lighting and it's shining right onto it. But still, I mean, my statues are illuminated too, and the suits of the characters, they don't look so shiny as this one here. They should, as you said, like the glossy on the suit and certainly on the BIM flag should be reduced. It should have a more matte look to it.
You know what I was thinking, Saber? I was thinking, I hope XM don't start losing their edge because they know they're the higher end statue and just put anything out and think we're gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Because that's not gonna work.
Hey, good point. Good point.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some truth in that. I don't disagree with that.
And right now you can't think of higher end because with all the prices going up and still going up, this isn't like me griping on the shipping. Everything is going up. Food, gasoline. You go to the grocery store, a $200 purchase that you could do in food, it was like a full cart. Now it's not even half, and it's all junk. So, I mean, everything is going up. So you got to stay focused on who's going to be your target market.
Yeah.
If it's going to be the higher end, where are they? Are they willing to pay all this? Or the normal people that have been always purchasing your stuff? So it all depends. Remember, they don't care to our market. They sell to our market because we buy, but it's all over Europe. So either Europe or USA. So
yeah, and then the customers are going to still pay whatever until we actually stop, paying on certain pieces. They're going to keep up with the prices.
I think the XM is scared of the US because they know we're crazy. We're gonna be like, we don't want this shit.
I can't pump them out that fast. Yeah.
So I think they're afraid because you know how we are. It's like if we don't like it, we're like, so what?
But I tell you something that is very funny. When I started this hobby, I didn't think there was going to be This is expensive. All the people in it. I mean, if you can see it, this isn't like buying a card or a CD. I mean, these are almost $1,000 statues. I mean, maybe you got a room that's even more expensive than your whole house.
No.
No, for real, for real.
Very true.
If you sit down, and you see it, you can see your room and you say, "Damn, there's a car here."
Exactly. That piece back there, Batman. I could buy a used car for that.
Yep.
And what's funny is that we used to say $5, $10 for that. Oh, that's so much. Look at us say, oh, that's a good price, 1,200,
Yep.
1,100. If you can see that state of mind, that's marketing. That's totally marketing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I could pull that off.
how can we say right now, right? Let's buy a new shirt. No, that's so expensive. I'm not gonna buy it. That's not your food. That's $1,000. That's a good price. I mean,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Could you repeat that, Ben?
I
I
mean,
said definitely, Dennis.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, very true. I mean, one of my family members, like one of my aunts, she asked me yesterday, don't you like how many statues do you have here, like in your room, and like how much are they worth if you put them all together? And I really, just like you said, like I started calculating in my head on average.
It's ridiculous.
I only remember the approximate price of each statue, and if I count all the statues together, like it would just like crazy amount. And as you said, you can buy a decent car with that money.
A decent car.
Mhm.
I mean, your wife or your significant other, it's gonna be honky dory with you. Tell them what you got invested in your collection. They will not speak to you like in a week. For real.
That's
No,
facts. Yep.
I don't disagree with that. I
That's
agree
a
with
fact.
that.
We'll talk behind, off radar. And I'll tell you guys why I'm still, I'm laughing in this hobby.
Hey, I can understand.
Like I don't. This was like the video. What's it? Where is that? Sorry, I think I put it in. Just a second. I think this was like the video XM like brought out their Facebook page for the
Look at
statue.
that. Yep.
So it's just put it from the beginning, and I mean, unlike here, I just want to like rewind it here. Here it doesn't look so glossy. Like if you look at the paint job, as on the picture, I think. If you look on the video here,
their red is the candy red of Iron Man. That's the red that Iron Studio uses. If you see Sideshow reds, it's look at the Deadpool they did in Sideshow. The red is like this red, very muddy, almost blackish. Look at this red. It's red, pinkish, but if you can see the hand, it's all light. It's all in the light. Look at the sign. Yeah.
Like if you look at the hands, like there isn't too much shading on the Sideshow statue. Like, but when you go back to the,
it looks washed out. Yeah.
You can see on the XM, like you can see all these different shadings or different colors.
Yeah, I mean, even with the light though, that bench looks too thick.
Yep, thick. That's the word. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's too thick. It doesn't give me a smoke kind of. Now
And
from
not
the
even-
back, from the back, there's an. I mean, that effect is there, but it's still too thick. I think they should adjust that because it doesn't really do it for me.
I mean the Sideshow one looks thick, but it isn't the thickness. It's the
that's
texture.
Yeah,
the texture. And the form that is. So if you see Sideshow, it pops in your face big time. It looks like the Jukai.
Yeah, and then that see now I'm getting weird detail. That looks like a frozen icicle, like a purple icicle coming down from the bench. If you look right there.
Oh, like Ray? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks right. Like is it
Yes, it
oozing
does.
down? Is it oozing up? I mean,
Oozing up or oozing down?
yeah.
I think what, like especially like what's on his back, he needs more of these like these explosion things like coming off, like going around in the different directions. from maybe also on the base, but it's definitely that. I think a big thing is that glossy color. That's
And I
one.
think it's placed incorrectly. It should, because I don't think I've ever seen his his mutant ability coming from the back, directly from his back. I think it's to change that, and it looks like it's just pushing him up. I don't know.
And if you're like comic purist, you can see that Nightcrawler would be dead right now.
See, this is so perfect.
Either it isn't like comic accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It looks nice as a sculpture, but it isn't comic accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Excalibur accurate.
Right? Because, I mean, with his back being arched like that, doesn't it look like that Bemph is giving his back support?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The explosion is like taking him upwards.
Yeah. Like it's supporting him. And
first time I saw this part here, like that spike, I thought it was an Easter egg for Psylocke.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought the first time, but then I realized like that's not the case. Like, but like it's Psylocke's powers, and like that's like one thing I thought first, but I realized then that's not the case because I saw the top one, but it looks a bit like that, doesn't it? Like it looks like Psylocke's like attack or something.
Sonic attack, yeah. But that's the example that you gotta look. If you see a statue and it gives you like ways of thinking of other stuff that it's not there, then you see problems. Because no matter what, you can see it. Because we collectors are very OCD.
yes.
We get to see this stuff even if it's not there, and that's not gonna make us like the statue.
Yep.
For sure.
You nailed it, Dennis. Because that's the same thing. A while back, I bought the Ben Affleck Batman from Sideshow back in the days, and I thought I was gonna love when that thing came. It was bothering me, and I had to get rid of it.
Yep.
I just, I guess you start to develop that eye for sculptures.
Yep. And no matter what you do, your eye just goes there.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of this, and
I think. Sorry, go ahead. No, I think here, like the base is like almost more impressive than Nightcrawler himself. That's like something like that. I think the tension goes first to the base and then to Nightcrawler on the Sideshow version.
Yeah, because you see the sentinel hand, it really looks like it's trying to grab him. You see? It's trying to grab him. The other one, the XM, you see a sentinel hand. That's it.
And like, I mean, if Buck was here, like, I'm sure he would say like,
it goes from the base, goes up to the character, then it comes down like a circle. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I study this kind of things like university that they explain to us like filmmaking. Like here, you can see it's going leftwards. Like everything, like from the bottom, it looks like the whole BIMF is moving like upwards.
Yep.
And that's, I think, one big thing that like takes our attention to the center of the hand, like of the sentinel hand, and then it takes us back all the way to the to Nightcrawler himself. And also, I think a big role plays is the color contrast between the hand and the BIMF. Whereas on the Sideshow, on the XM version, everything looks very dark. And as I mean, H mentioned that before, it's very like the whole base is pretty dark. And if there were more color contrast, if the hand had a more lighter color, it would look good, and the BIMF too could be. I think it would already make a big difference if the hand would have a different color, like a more lighter color, like they had on the previous X-Men statues. Like when I look back, for example, for example, Beast, the hand had a totally different color. Let me just bring up like some other.
That doesn't even look like a hand. I mean, I was looking at it and it looks like the XM Superman recovery suit base. It's like that, very muddy.
Or we like sometimes this takes a few more. I don't know which one should I take. Maybe I'll just take Beast because I think Beast has the largest hand in from the XM line, and where is it? Beast.
But the thing with Beast,
Here.
Beast takes in the picture a center stage. You look at Beast, not the hand.
Yeah, no, that's true, but I just wanted to compare the color of the Sentinel they use here. Like that has a different color here, doesn't it? It has this lighter color.
Yep.
I believe this was also supposed to be a hand they used here, and all this has a different color. Like I think maybe the problem, like, it has this purple. The hand has the purple look here, and if they had both together, I mean, the BIMF also has that purple color, so I'm not sure. Maybe that's one thing they do.
And then again, the XM version could be based off a comic theme. You know, I gotta find it, but I just don't remember. Nightcrawler being that modern looking. You know, so
you got to find it, but not in X-Men. You got to find it in Excalibur, because the Nightcrawler is Excalibur Nightcrawler. Sideshow is X-Men Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
And if you put the Sideshow picture on Saba, put it for a second. It's so funny. It's so funny. I got the apples of Sideshow, and if you don't have the apple, you don't go from the head down. You just stay up. But when they show you comparison with the apple, it gives you that round type of circulation. Where do you put it? Yeah, you go up. You stay up in Nightcrawler. You see Nightcrawler in all its glory.
Is this already up for pre-order? The Nightcrawler
today?
Yeah.
No. Not the XM
no, not Sideshow went for pre-order 7 months ago. No, 7 months ago.
Okay.
Today, what came out was the Wolverine Ronin, and next week the Joker.
Oh, okay. So this one is coming out this year. Okay, so
this one's coming out in November.
Okay, so then this is the final product then, because then we don't see any extras here with it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty tight if they're adding any new switch outs for the head, for example.
Yeah, I thought
the same thing happened with Storm, and at the last moment they put the leather plates.
That's right.
Because I had Storm pre-ordered like almost a year back, and like 2 months before it came out, the light up showed up.
Yeah. If they do that with this one, I might be tempted, because this would be a really cool effect with the lights off
with the pink. Yeah,
that's gonna be.
It's gonna be nice.
That's gonna be really nice.
Sideshow, you mean?
Yeah, with Sideshow. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Does the Sentinel hand light up like the center of it?
That would be dope if it did. Can you imagine if that lit up and then the BIMF lit up as well? Oh,
that looks crazy.
Oh.
That's gonna be crazy. Game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would look cool if it lights up. As I said, I think for me personally, when I look at that first, I think the big issue with the XM one, even though I did order the XM, I think is that color contrast between the hand and the BIMF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that pink isn't in Nightcrawler whole body. That makes it pop the blacks and the blue. It just pink and red all over. It's not a bad statue. If you look at it, it's not bad. But you gotta see if you got the real estate to have it. I mean, it's very tall. If you got mounted cases, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, I think it's huge.
Yeah, my whole room is full of Magic. Like here, maybe the hand is just too big. Maybe if they would have shown less of the hand and more of the BIMF, it could have looked better. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's like one idea I have.
Yeah.
Or what other comments do you guys have? It says, I agree the smoke effect is better on Iron Studios. Yeah, I mean, the Iron Studios did look pretty nice here. It is a nice effect.
Is that Iron Studios doing the effects like the Japanese anime statues, translucent resin?
Mm-hmm.
and you really can't see it. You can see the engineering in all those anime statues. That's incredible. I mean, you're gonna say like, "What the hell am I? This is crazy."
And let's say my X-Men collection is a combo of XM and Sideshow, and they look fine together. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they do. But not all statues look good together. You gotta be right.
When you start, it's funny you said that because when you start running out of space, like I'm looking at my XM Bizarro next to my Sideshow Bust Venom, and I'm like, that's just so off.
That's why I have like all my 1/4 statues of Sideshow in front, my 1/5 in the back. I don't want to even compare them together.
Yeah, and then but my mind starts seeing Universe, like he's not in the Marvel. Why is he next to that? You know.
And you know the bad thing, you're gonna start seeing that every day more, and you're gonna change your day, Chad. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh, I got plans. He's gonna fly off somewhere else.
You see.
You know.
Say like I think XM will add another switch out hand for other swords, so he would have no swords. They already have that. I mean, they already do have that.
Yeah.
You get 2 switch out hands for all parts. You get 2 hands and 2 for left and right, and
left and right and tail.
Tail 2, yeah, and head 2. So technically, you have what's it like 2 times 2 times 2. You have 16 potential switch out options for the XM pieces. So I mean, not switch out. I mean, options to display the statue. So you're not going to run out of any creativity there. So
that's true.
Elijah, thanks for joining in. What up, everyone? Thanks. And Cash, what up, panel? Hi, Cash. Thanks for joining in. John Smith says, XM based does not make sense to me. Okay. I think it makes sense, but the problem is just the shading or the coloring of the paint job is the issue with the XM base. Or the only problem with the XM, as like H said before, is maybe that part that looks like on his back, that thing.
XM looks nice. The only thing is that if you see the big picture, the base looks like one thing, and then Nightcrawler looks like another thing. It doesn't look like goes together.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the portrait is cool. I love the portraits, but like what's bothering me is definitely that bimf and the fact that it looks like his back is being supported by the bimf.
The pose,
they should have put that on another angle or lowered it because it's just not doing it. But I mean, look, if at the end of the day, it's your preference. If you love it,
buy it.
Buy it.
That's true. That's true.
It's up to you.
If you can afford it, go for it. I mean, it looks nice. It's not like a bad statue or whatever. It's a very, very, very nice statue.
Yeah.
That's why at the time, because right now we're doing the comparison.
Yeah.
But as a standalone, if Sideshow didn't exist, I mean, it looks nice. It looks, it looks nice.
If Sideshow didn't exist, we'll probably be saying, "Oh no, this is beautiful. I'm getting it." But now, we're seeing more competition, which is good. Now you have more of a choice.
You can choose, yeah.
So you can justify why you went with the higher end or the, I wouldn't call Sideshow a lower end statue. I would just say, a more affordable piece.
Yeah.
More accessible.
Yeah. They've created so many worlds in statue collecting. Like, it's just like, wow. Some people do it for the love of it. So I mean, it's so many scenarios. But I don't want to get off the topic. But I would definitely say that the Sideshow, in my opinion, is the winner in this one.
Okay,
definitely.
I love XM. You guys know I love XM. But
which one do you prefer, Benny? If you had to choose,
I say Sideshow because those like Hstats, those points, it looks like either icicles or stalactites and stalagmites.
Yeah. I hear you can see the size again, like with the comparison of the mug next to it. I mean, the mug looks like tiny next to it. It just looks so small.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure like if it's supposed to be that way, but I thought like the coloring of the tail is too bright. I don't know if that's comic accurate or so.
See, and here we go now. You just caught it. Well, I didn't catch. That tail is too light. I mean, look at his face.
I don't know if that's I don't know if that's correct. Like it's just something that I see now.
Or it could be the lighting of the picture. So again,
I don't think so. I think it is lighter. Like we can go through the pictures and here you can see it.
No, man. But then you see, this is probably still the prototype because that color is lighter than his face portrait.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
I don't know if it's. I don't know. Like, is it in the comics? Is the tail lighter than the face?
No,
I'm not sure. Here it
No,
looks.
they're the same. They're the same.
I don't know if they did that so to make the tail like pop out of the whole picture, but I think it should be more this similar color to the face. It should be darker.
But if you see that tail, the tail looks with the pink like Sideshow does. It pops out.
It does
Not
pop
like
out.
that. Yeah, not like the XM. You know, and the pose, like HS is saying, look at the red eyes Sideshow has, like giving that front in view, and look at the XM. I know the pose is different, but the eyes don't pop out either.
True. I don't know if it's from the angle here, but maybe the eyes are just small.
No, they're red. They're red too, but from the pose, if you can look at it, it's red too. But from the pose, it doesn't pop out.
True. I don't disagree with that. Like here,
you see, it has its own sparkle of red, but it's just not in your face.
I think maybe the color of the eyes is too dark, or the whole concept is just darker. And if they would have used a lighter, or maybe it's like the eyes are just too small. I don't know. Like,
I think the face portrait is fine for this one because it goes with his
body with the pose,
his body. So you need that contrast because if it was lighter, then I think it would throw a little bit off. Yeah, but I think it's fine. But it's just like I said. I think it's just that bimf, and I mean, it looks. I mean, the more and more I look at it, it's like goo stuck to his back, and then why do you have like that effect where it looks like something's oozing out from the purple goo, So I think
it looks like bubble gum.
Yeah, and the glaze enhanced it, so that's why we're seeing that effect. Not everything.
Yeah, because it's like very top heavy. If you see the tentacle, it like divides the top heaviness with the bottom heaviness too. It's like a middle, and there's nothing. And the divides, it's like if it was two statues.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Saba, if you're getting this, it's a great piece. I mean,
sure.
It won't disappoint. It won't disappoint.
Oh, I'm sure it won't disappoint. But maybe even if you see it in person, it's going to be maybe even more impressive, and you're not even going to think about the Sideshow one. There was a moment I was even considering to buy both, like the Sideshow and the XM one. But
nah, that's overkill, man.
Oh, that's too much. That's overkill.
Go with what you like,
No, sure. But like it is.
But you see, that's I think I think that's what we look for. What is gonna what's gonna be our signature statue? Because like I can easily say, okay, I'm going with the Sideshow, purchase it, but I'm like, I got the Iron Studios, and this works for me. It's perfect. I can say I got Nightcrawler. It may not be quarter scale 1/3, but I have them.
And you said the word correctly. What works for you?
Yeah, what works for you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let's just go through the comments again. Like says, I love the Sideshow. Like Elijah Mack, thanks for joining. He said, I love the Sideshow Nightcrawler. Just wish we got one more head sculpt for him. Mini fro for the hair. Yeah. Maybe.
But don't lose hope though, because they might flip it when they start shipping.
Yeah.
He might flip on us.
The hope dies last. So I mean, no, sure.
But the thing is too, remember, I prefer all that cost. If we want to still maintain the price point, then everybody will say, "Oh, they went up. It's so expensive. I go for the XM better because it's more expensive." I mean, it's like a niche. Every statue has their own people, their own niche.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I love XM, and after I have the Superman and the Dark Side, I can really appreciate what they do. But I'm a Sideshow fanboy, as I say. All my statues are Sideshow. And is it because of price? It's because that's where I started and I continue. You got to maintain two focus. If you go like all over the place, that's a big problem.
I collect, I always try to keep remain with one statue of a character, and I try not to get more than one statue of a certain character.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible with most characters for me, but there are certain characters like Batman or Spider-Man or where or Hulk maybe, where I'm just such a big fan of, and there's so many amazing, just breathtaking statues of these characters where you can't say no to them. Like it's just really difficult from different companies to.
Yeah, well, you have 1/3, 1/4, 1/10, 1/2. I mean, it's all over the place.
I mean, the art is definitely impressive. For me, it's like I try to aim more for like story base, because that Daniel Bell Dark Knight Returns is based off the Frank Miller story, and I love that story. I love it. So I can just see it, sitting, in my home with that comic book placed in front of it with the lightning.
Which one was that? The Sideshow one?
The Dark Knight, sculpted by Daniel
with the lightning coming down that turns up.
Yeah, and then when I saw the light up effect, the story just hit me in my head. Like, oh wow, this is so impressive. Yeah, this one right. You just had it.
This one.
Look at that. Yeah. Look at that beauty. Oh my God.
This is crazy.
And look how tall is it? Yeah. I mean, that's big.
Look at that. I mean, and then someone
lights up. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and if you look at the comic book when this came out from the 80s, that's the same pose from that
cover. Yep.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh man. I mean, wow. I thought this for me is just plainly a story that I love, because I already have a Batman coming in. But the reason why I would get this one, because I really, really love that story, and that's what sold it.
And the beauty of it is that Hstats read. We all read the comic from that era, so we can identify with it. That's not just like a pretty cover or a slab or a CGC or, we know what it is, what its significance it is behind that, and what it means, and it gives another meaning.
So Sean Wensley is here, and he asks Saba, with such a vast XM collection, if Sideshow hit a home run and had a far greater appeal to you than the same XM offering, would you be okay mixing companies or go XM only to match? The answer is yes. And the truth is, for some statues or for some characters where I didn't manage to get the XM version, for example, I was gonna go with for example, the Dark Knight's Metal line from Prime 1. I love that line, and I personally prefer the whole Prime 1 line from Dark Knight's Metal, their whole Dawnbreaker, the Red Death, but I missed the Batman Who Laughs from those, and I see now XM is trying to go that way too. They're bringing out their different Dark Knight's Metal characters. So I think I might be getting the Batman Who Laughs from XM Studios, and getting all the other characters from Prime 1, for example. So because I honestly prefer the Prime 1 characters like the Red Death, Dawnbreaker, Round.
But that all depends on what you want to collect. Let's say if you want something more comic accurate, like the Batman Who Laughs, everybody's like, "Oh, the Prime One it looks awesome. It's great. I mean, it's a great statue." But if you see the Sideshow one, huh, that's another thing. And it's a statue that you got to see in person, and it's in the story. It's like ripping out a cover and putting it in the statue form.
Yeah, and you see, I slept on that. It was, in fact, it was you guys that put me onto the Batman I Laugh because I wasn't familiar with that story. So I was in the comic book store and I saw that Sideshow Joker Who Laughs, and it was impressive. And then another one that I loved that's coming. It's and based off the comic book, it's like they pulled it directly from the comic book. It's the Queen Studios Batman Who Laughs on Throne. I can show you the side by side. I mean, it was just perfection, So
what I like about the XM Batman Who Laughs is you get the option of the wings, and you have all those those small robins around it, and like here the Sideshow Batman Who Laughs. I mean, it's a nice piece, but it's missing that. I mean, that storytelling base like that I always love.
Yeah, but
the good thing of this one, is that the focus is on the statue, the Batman Who Laughs, and that's the character.
Sorry.
I got this one coming in.
Okay,
that's a good one. But it does tell the story because he killed all those people. If you look at the base, those are people he killed. I mean,
yep. When he called Batgirl and Robin and all those guys to tell the truth, he killed them all. That's part of that. I mean, you got to read the story to know it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Too, if you get a chance, look at the Queen Studios Batman Who Laughs. That's a cool one.
I ordered that. Like the what's it?
That's the one they sitting down, right?
Yeah, I actually ordered that, and
nice.
Because before I decided, or I haven't 100% ordered the XM one yet, but I love the Queen Studios.
Yeah, that's right out the comic.
Yeah. So what was it? Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, that's right out the comic.
I think this statue is a Grail for me.
It's a Grail.
Look at that. Yeah,
that's a Grail for me. Honestly,
that's a Grail. How much is this running for?
Let's see. How much did it run? I think it's already sold. They don't show the price anymore. That's what I know.
I think when the last time I looked at this,
I think it was around 2,000 or something.
Yeah, I think so. That's about right.
I think it was around 2,000.
And the back of the base is amazing, man.
Yeah, I always thought here, this is a centerpiece because it's a shame to hide this.
Yeah,
you gotta show this part here.
I mean, this is the type of statue you gotta have it like Susan turning around.
It's rotating. Yep.
Yeah,
definitely.
Look at that.
I mean, look at you see all those looks like bloody muscle fiber, and
it's nice.
That looks just insane.
Just with the half face of the Joker and the Batman, look at that. Just that.
Oh. Damn. This is a Grail for me, honestly. It is a Grail.
Look at that. Oh my God. Does it get better than that?
Oh. And I think Queen Studios is one of those companies that they're more like a startup company, but they just started shooting up out of nothing. They just really caught up with XM Studios or Prime One. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see this in person though.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
Wow. You got that? You ordered that one, Saba?
Yeah, I have this on pre-order. I haven't ordered the XM. I might leave the XM one away just to get this one. So.
Gotcha.
The only thing I love
about the XM.
No, the Queen Studios here. Like I said, I might since I ordered this one already, I might consider not to buy the XM Batman Who Laughs. The only thing I like about the XM version is the fact that you get the wings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotcha.
But if you're gonna put him with the wings, do you have the space for it?
Yeah, that's another question. But
That's another thing. Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Back to Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
So what do you think about the Batman Who Laughs King?
I love it. I think it's great too. I think it's that's XM Studios. Like they bring all these characters like other companies haven't thought about yet.
But fellas, it's been real. I'm really hungry.
All right.
Yeah, I'll definitely catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for inviting me, Seba.
Thanks for joining in, and everyone, please don't forget to subscribe to Hstats Collectibles channel.
Yes. Yes. Awesome videos. Awesome videos.
Thank you, guys.
As soon as I get off.
I'll check you guys later. Thanks, Seba.
Later.
All right.
Thanks, H. And I don't know. Let's just I just wanted to show the XM Batman Who Laughs, but somehow it doesn't seem to want to open for some. I don't know for what reason. I don't know. Recently, I have the feeling is it just me or the XM Studios website has a problem recently? I don't know.
It's like a glitch, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't open, or I don't know if maybe it's from my side. I don't know.
Or your browser. Yeah, it could be.
Maybe. I'm sorry about that, but I don't know what the issue is here.
Hey Saba, I got a leak too because I got a show in a few.
Oh yeah, sure.
I just say everybody buy what you like, keep collecting, and Saba, subscribe to his channel and all his videos. Hey, welcome to the community. Embrace it and learn, and be careful. It's very addictive.
Yeah, Benny, pay attention to what Dennis said.
Yeah, there's going to be a new show coming out tonight called Collectors Assemble in Six Icon channel. See it. It's our premiere, so hope to see you all there. Saba, thank you again.
Yeah, thanks. I have to thank you. Thanks for joining in, and everyone, please like to his channel too, subscribe to his channel too, and thanks a lot for joining. Your time.
The roar. Bye later.
Yeah, thanks. I'll try to catch up with you on Sikon. Okay, so it seems to be us left, Benny, but I think do you have any last ideas or things you want to say about the Nightcrawler, other things others haven't mentioned?
No, I think everybody pretty much covered the bases on it.
Yeah, I think they have, and I don't, as someone has said before, I don't think you could go wrong with either Statue, or whether it's the XM or the Sideshow. I think both are great options, and you can't go wrong, and they're both awesome pieces. And
right, like you guys said, it's whoever's preference.
Yeah, it is your personal preference. So I think we had a really nice show. It was great. Thanks again to Dennis and Howard for joining in. Really appreciate that again. So also to you out there, everyone joining in the comments, thanks again to that. And also thanks to my fellow collectors and fellow Sabassemblers. Thanks for your support. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And also, again, big thanks to Benny for joining in today. We had a great time. I hope to see you again very soon.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I'd love to have you in and find out more about your choices for the future. So all I can say now is God bless you, everyone out there, and God bless our statues, and have a nice day.
البين